bit nippy tonight.
Oh, ain't it just? You done all your section of the woods?
Yeah, everything's normal. Shall we head back to the station?
I think we might be able to just see what Sarge is up to, eh?
Oh, for God's sake, what's that?
I don't know, but I ain't hanging about to find out.
A forest? So you can leave me here, are ya? It's being freezing and all.
Don't be silly, Jimmy. Steve's many things, but he's not completely heartless.
It appears you won't be leaving us just yet after all.
Didn't want to go anyway.
Robo, confirm coordinates for me. Omega 24.432 by Beta SP12. Earth, early 20th century. 1904 to be exact.
Well.
Blasted Noel, I've used hi-fi.
Well, since we're about 40 years too early, I suggest we all go back to the Venturer and find something to wear. I've always liked this era.
You can stay here then.
Pardon?
Oh, I think I can hear Big Ben.
Look, it's a castle.
It's not a castle, Jimmy, it's a manor. You know, a big house.
Bet the king lives there.
The Queen. It's the Queen, Jimmy. Queen Victoria. We're 40 years too early for
Actually, Queen Victoria died 3 years ago. The current monarch is in fact King George V. But I guarantee that neither him or his family live anywhere near here. In fact, I'd hedge my bets it was somebody with a lot of money living there. Wouldn't you say so, Steve? Steve?
I'm a little busy at the moment.
No sudden movements, you. Missy, get yourself over here where I can see you. Now, turn yourself around. The other way.
Well, why didn't you say?
Do I have to make myself clearer?
Oh, I see your point.
We haven't got any weapons, if that's what you're worried about.
No? What about you, lad?
Me? Don't even try and throw it at me, you daft Jerry.
Reginald! Reggie, what's going on here?
I caught these people trespassing, Miss Georgina. I was just checking they weren't police.
Sorry, miss.
Shut up, Jimmy.
My name is Georgina Mallory. My father owns this manor and the land on which we stand. Who the devil are you and what are you doing in this area? It's private property, I'll have you know.
I'm terribly sorry, Miss Mallory. We're travellers, new to the area. We weren't sure where we could and couldn't go.
Everyone around here knows Mallory Manor.
Yes, but we're not from these parts. We're travellers, get it? Duh!
Thank you, Reginald. That will be all.
Well, I can't leave you with these hooligans, miss.
I think they are who they say they are. Let's be generous, even with strangers. I don't want any trouble, not at this moment.
I gets you.
We're very new to this area. My name's Elizabeth Brown, but you can call me Lizzie if you want. This is our companion, James Bennett.
Pleased to meet you, love. Miss.
And this is my brother, Stephen Brown.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Mallory. You say your father owned this manor. I take it he has moved?
My father died almost a year ago. It's because of that all this confusion has...
Confusion?
You seem like nice people. Have you eaten?
No, I'm starving.
Well, it's almost time for supper. Would you care to join me?
Are we having crumpets? That'd be real posh.
Don't think me odd for asking this, Georgina, but, what year is this?
What year? You don't even know the date. It's 15th of October, of course.
1904.
1902. Now, hang on a minute. Who are you?
Look, it's just my little joke. You know?
You're not journalists, are you? I mean, I've had plenty of trouble with journalists since the reading of my father's will.
Rest assured, Georgina, we're all very new to this area and it's been an awful trek down here looking for work.
Crumpets. I believe Millie bought some just the other day. I'm having some glorious butter from the Hampton Dairy. Work, you say? Well, I think you've come to the right place. How are you at washing up?
Miss Mallory?
Yes, Matthews.
Who are these people? Are they known to you?
Yes, they're old friends. They've come to help out for a few days.
Yes. Help out old friends. You know.
An odd time for visitors, one would have thought, especially uninvited ones. All very sudden. All very cosy.
Matthews. A word, please.
He's a bit buff himself, ain't he? It's only the bleeding butler.
Butlers of this time could be rather like that, Jimmy. You know, jobsworthy sort of profession.
If that's all he is.
Yeah. There we are. Time for crumpets?
Nice cosy place you got here, Georgina.
Yes, I've been at the lodge for a while now. Father was against my moving out, but gave in to Mamma's desire that I gain some independence. At least here I was close at hand, and I think she also hoped that it would push me into finding a nice young man to settle down with.
Are you still single?
I'm not married, no, too busy. I write for the local newspaper, and I have a history column in the Gazette. A shilling a week is very useful, especially with the onset of winter.
So then you were telling us about tomorrow. You have a family get-together or something?
I'd hardly call it that. It was a year ago tomorrow, October the 16th, that my father passed away. Horace Mallory. He was a wealthy man, made his fortune in the antiques trade. He sold it all and lived on the profits. He was a sound businessman, but a hopeless father.
Did he die from natural causes?
Not quite. Very perceptive. No, my father was found dead at the bottom of the stairs in the manor. Cousin Albert found him. He tried very hard, but it was too late.
Mallory Manor. The mansion we saw. Lovely old building. Large grounds, I expect. Very typical of the period.
Yes, huge garden, huge estate. I know I can trust you.
You can.
Have you got any jam?
Yes, of course. The reading of my father's will was a most peculiar affair. After all the legal matters have been dealt with, the monies and so forth, he made an odd request. He insisted that on the first anniversary of his death, the surviving family were to meet at the manor, with the exception of Mamma. She was most distressed at being excluded.
Is there anyone who wanted Horace dead?
I don't know. Things were complicated at the time. The manor's deserted now. Mamma lives in the village with brother Edward.
It is a weird request of your father's. Has the manor always been in your family?
No, when Horace was young, his mother and stepfather bought the manor and the grounds in which it stands. It became known as Mallory Manor after his mother died, my grandmother. She was an Elizabeth.
So who is attending tomorrow's meeting?
Yes, just myself, cousin Albert, my brothers Henry and Edward. Edward's not bringing his wife and children along. I'm not so sure that I want to be involved, but still I have no choice.
How strange. Is there a black sheep in the family? Someone Horace felt uneasy about? Or someone who is not getting the same as everybody else?
No.
Miss Mallory, allow me to be your escort.
I do apologise, Miss Mallory.
I could be a personal acquaintance of yours. It might cause eyebrows to rise if I or anything else. What would the neighbours say?
Well, yes, of course, if you're sure.
I think the surly butler has some hidden feelings for our hostess. How do we get ourselves caught up in these things?
Could be worse, Lizzie. We could be with the Terracons, the Tupkins, the Death. This is all much simpler.
Is it?
Well, at least I ain't got laser guns or anything.
Oh, James Bennett, you're a gutty little pig. But there is something very mysterious going on here. I think Georgina's hiding something too.
Georgina? Nah, she's a good sort.
Oh, I don't know. Something about her body language makes me feel uneasy.